What up, y'all? It's your boy Rodney Perry. Tuned into another great episode of The Basement. The Basement this week, Atlanta, Georgia. In the basement, literally in the basement. My man, Marvin Hunter.
Yeah.
World-renowned comedian, hot off a brand new comedy special with Next Level.
Next Level.
Kevin Hart and all those people over there doing some great stuff. And in the basement, who this young man has spent probably more time in the basement than me.
This my home away from home right here, boy.
Mr. Bernard Plate to Go Hampton.
Yeah.
AKA.
Yeah, you put government.
I'll put the government out there. You know, I know the nickname from the hood. Young VV. But he, you know him affectionately as Bone Hampton is in the basement. Wanted to go live, man. We just got back. We saw Kevin Hart tonight. Real quick, guys, we saw Kevin Hart. It's the Irresponsible tour. Great night out.
Absolutely.
More production. Bone and I have already seen this particular tour. It was a different incarnation of it. Bone, you first. What was your thoughts on it, man?
You know, when we saw it, it was scaled down. It was at a little theater. Just Kevin out, microphone talking, doing jokes. And the luxury that we have is, you know all of the Plastic Cup Boys, me and Joey Wells, good, me and Harry. So we got to hear them making notes afterwards. And to see it several months later with the notes that they had added to it and seeing it in a round, it was just interesting to see what a team can do with your set versus what you calling one or two people saying, hey man, what you think about this joke? You know, because you got a professional team that's saying, we're there looking to tell you exactly what these little moments, what these little beats are. So seeing it several months ago, you know, one of my favorite jokes was the gun compartment joke. And then watching him doing it tonight and seeing the difference in it was really interesting just as a comic to watch.
Marvin Hunter, you got a chance to watch the set. What does it do as you look at yourself further down the line? Like, what would you do in that situation? Like, one, would you do comedy in a round like that?
I've done comedy in a round once. It was kind of uncomfortable for me, but I just felt like I had to keep walking in circles to make eye contact or face contact with the whole audience. But Kevin and them had the screens. They had screens, so everybody was kind of up close and personal. But it was very inspiring for me to watch him do his thing. And also, you know, I know Joey and Spank and Naeem, and to watch them do that in front of 17,000. You know, it was very inspirational. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's crazy to see where comedy could take you, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, as I sat there and watched, you know, like you say, 17,000 seats. You know, those of us trying to sell out a 300-seater, and to know that just maybe less than a decade ago, Kevin was there.
Yep.
And for him to be less than 10 years later in this space is nothing short of amazing. And I've seen it personally twice. I've seen Kevin, I've seen Cat blow up like that.
Yep.
So there's two ways to look at it. You can look at it like, yo, man, them guys did it, they left me. Or you can look at it like the possibilities are there.
Yeah, the possibility. They're laying the groundwork.
And you can't get mad at that. So what's your walk away, either one of y'all, what's your walk away tonight about the set, man? What'd you think?
Love the callbacks. Love the callbacks.
Artful use of callbacks.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the simplicity of some of the humor. A lot of times, as we was talking in the car earlier, you know, as comedians, we overthink when we're trying to write. I know I do. You know, you miss the funny because you're overthinking it, and a lot of times it's very, very simple type stuff, man. So, you know, I just found it to be inspiring. You know what I'm saying? To not look over the funny stuff, the simple stuff, rather.
You know, the thing about it is that I take from it is Kevin knows Kevin. Kevin knows little buttons he do, little, I don't know if the word is innuendos. I think that's just nasty, is what innuendos mean. But I mean, like little inflections he do, little things that he do that he realized this works for me.
Yeah.
People like to see this in some form.
Right. He's good for a catchphrase and I think I even seen some catchphrases kind of developing even probably by the time he get through with this tour and he record this set, it'll be some of those stuff will be catchphrases.
Because that gun compartment joke.
Yeah.
Saying gun compartment, you know, like we was talking earlier, I just feel like he just need to work on that a little bit more. You know, that could be a phenomenal joke. You know what I'm saying?
When he was talking about how you got to keep saying the same thing over to a baby.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, stop. Okay, wait. Like, he knows that rhythm, that cadence of confusion has always been a win for him. So when he puts it in any type of joke, he knows it's a win because those of us that's fans of him, we waiting for that. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. No, we waiting for that confused moment. Yeah. And he's smart about it. Like, it's almost like a singer making sure that they put something in every song that they're like, I know y'all gonna want this on the album.
Yeah.
So Mariah Carey, here's my holler. Prince, here's my squeal. You know.
Yeah.
And so I look at him like, know thine own self, and know what's been working for you, and make sure you keep doing it because your fans keep coming back.
Well, they definitely came back, and I think one thing we noted as we waited to pick up our tickets that Will called, we did not pay, and his audience was so diverse.
Yeah.
His audience was black, they were white, they were Asian, they were young, they were
weirdos,
old,
they were intellectuals,
they was handicapped.
They were militant-looking cats right along black skateboarders.
Now, Rodney, say your theory about that though. You said before about black comics that can blow up and get a diverse audience. You said before about black comics that blow up, they start with black folks first.
Well, I always say this. Black people can make you famous. White people make you rich.
Yeah.
So that's one school of thought. But your base has to be who you are, I think. Yeah. Your base has to be, if you happen to be black in this country, you need to have a black base. Now, cats like a Dave Chappelle came on along his black base later.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle blew up when he got his black base. He was
right. He still needed that. He still needed those people. Yeah.
He was successful.
Yeah.
But he was only successful because TV had said, "We like you, Dave."
Right.
But he
or the white America.
Yeah. Now, when he did the Dave Chappelle show, that's when he did stuff that white people liked it, but black people loved it.
Right.
Because Rick James playing basketball, Prince playing basketball,
hilarious.
Rick James being rich, that was for us.
Right.
It wasn't for them. The blind black Grand Dragon, that was for us.
Right.
They laughed at it, but he made that for us.
Yeah.
A great night of comedy. A lot of our peers was in the room, and one thing that's always impressive about Kevin, and this is gonna be the last singing of Kevin's praises on this podcast. But one thing I think is dope is he always have comics around, you know, the LeVar Walkers, the Big Sean Larkins, myself, you guys, Marvin Hunter, Toure Gordon, Bone Hampton. He's not a guy that's always cool in the moment. Yeah. And at the same time, I'm watching him handle business back there too, because everybody pitching him stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I was watching that. I was peeping that. That was definitely happening, and he was receptive to all of it. And you know, if you be around certain comics to get to that level, they get real funny acting, and he's not like that. You see, very regular, very approachable, and that's it shouldn't be rare, but it's rare at that level. You know.
I remember knowing Steve Harvey, and I would watch him and kind of hear him talk about, if I don't be a jerk to the riffraff, I have a whole bunch of riffraff. And that's his theory. It's like, if I'm a jerk to everybody, then the only people that really got something to say to me will survive. I can get rid of it. But then also, Sinbad, I've seen him treat nobody just like the biggest somebody. And when I say nobody, I mean like, he didn't know who the guy was. He's an open micer, but I see him treat him just like his name was Jerry Seinfeld. And I just like, wow, Sinbad. You Sinbad.
Yeah, I just don't think it's, you don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Ever.
You don't have to do that. And some people have fixed their brain to think, I have to do this. to make it, or I have to do it. You don't have to do that.
You get burnt once.
You know,
maybe you get burnt twice, and you say, okay, now I'm justified to treat everybody this way.
I think people that are assholes are assholes.
Yeah.
You know, people. I mean, we've been around this game long enough to know that some guys are just assholes. And as a fan, a lot of times as a fan, you expect a person to be a certain way, and they just not that way as a human.
Yeah.
And so I know I'm always worried about meeting like my idols because I don't want them to let me down and I don't want to find out they're assholes. So I kind of stay away from them sometimes.
Yep, I do too.
Now, how do you deal with somebody that you know is a jerk, but they real cool with you?
Oh.
Yeah, go Marvin.
I definitely know some of those. I don't know. They never did nothing to me, so that's all I can do. I can only go with how they treat me, but definitely I be looking at some of their moves and be like, come on, bruh. Like, that wasn't necessary, you know what I mean?
How you defend them in the group? Like, if you
I don't.
Out.
I'm not going to defend you being an asshole. I'm just going to say you ain't did nothing to me, but I'm not going to defend your actions. If that was an asshole move, that was an asshole move.
Right.
Yeah. It's always difficult, to give somebody their feelings. Like somebody, oh man, so-and-so, he a jerk, he do blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what, I hear you, but over here, he good to me.
Yeah, he good to me.
So I'm not finna agree with you that that's who he is as a person, but I'm gonna try to let you have your moments.
Well, I'll agree with you, because sometimes it's right in front of my face. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, he did that, and that was jacked up, but it ain't gonna do me. I mean, I hate that happened. That's unfortunate that he's like that, but he didn't do it to me, and he's never done it to me. I wouldn't allow that, so, there it is.
Now, let me ask y'all this, because I got a couple of friends that they my ride or die. We got years, and you never going to get me to agree with you that they did something, even if it seems like that. You got anybody in this kind of...
No, because if they do something mean, I'm going to agree with you.
No. I'm saying you're accusing them of it, but to me, because I know them, even if it looks like it, I'm saying... No,
that's probably not what it was.
Yeah,
I mean, some people you got to go by their track record. Their track record is above.
You got one.
I mean,
mine is show.
I mean, if somebody told me something about Bone Hampton, I would have to step back and go, well, Bone ain't got no history of that in my life.
That's the Bone I know. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I mean, I love Sherry, but Sherry can be weird as hell sometimes.
See, and I'm not.
You just ain't gonna say that, Sherry.
I'm like, you gonna have to give me more than that.
Well, you
got your own relationship.
Exactly. Me and Sherry argue like cats and dogs sometimes.
If you got your own relationship, you know them, and I know you know them.
Right.
It's kind of like whatever.
There's comedians out there where, I mean, they could stab a puppy in the face with a fork in the middle of a busy intersection, but they're good to me. So
stop right there.
I mean,
Marvin's analogy is bar none the best on the planet.
Yes.
I mean,
they can stab a puppy
in the face with a fork in a busy intersection.
Like you talk.
With a fork.
You talk about simplicity, dog. You able to do that so effortlessly to me, and it's always the two things or three things that don't go together that you put together. I think that's a gift in itself, man. Like when people start quoting you, when you're a big star and people quoting you, that's what they'll be like. Man, you hear what he said? He said they. Cause I know, like even when we talk comedy, and they're like that Marvin Hunter, man. You know what he said? He said he was gonna stab a Jewish baby in the. Like, what?
And this is the thing, and I think this is the growth. This is what we're all growing as comedy. If you can have a personal conversation with Marvin. You can sit up in Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on Pico at 1:30 in the morning and get him into a passionate conversation. You're going to hear Marvin say stuff that he ain't figured out to say on stage yet.
Right.
And you sitting there like, Marvin, did you just hear what you said? And he's like, man, I'm just talking to you. I ain't trying to be funny right now.
Right.
I'm like, but Marvin, your analogy is a beast of what you just said. And it's just like, so, and again, not to go to necessarily sing the praises of Kevin Hart, but the beauty of it is Kevin can do that. He got 4 or 5 people sitting around with pen and paper.
Yeah,
right.
And so a week later, they like, hey Kevin, here's 10 minutes of stuff you said last night at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's segue into that. Kevin Hart does have a couple of writers that we know. Mm-hmm. Kevin does something that I think none of our contemporaries do, which is he actually gives credit to his writers. Mm-hmm. His writers, Joy Wells and Harry Radford, Harry Goodspeed, they have been writing on his specials, and the credits on the credits it say written by Kevin Hart, Harry Radford, Joy Wells.
Yeah.
And so, the question I want to pose to you guys is this: who is on your writing team? You blow up tomorrow.
Oh.
It's funny, man. One of my writers, he's not even a comic. He's just a dude that can simplify some stuff. And I went to him a couple of times, like, man, this setup is too long. You know what I'm trying to say? And he's like, well, won't you just say, don't do it? He actually wrote the joke that when the NFL penalized you for celebrating, and so instead of being mad about that, people should celebrate in real life. I want to see a doctor come out of surgery. Hey, doctor, I had the surgery go with my grandfather, and the doctor do the dab and walk off.
All right.
And because I'm like, you still think regular, but I don't know if you know how funny you are. He wouldn't be my head writer, but he going to be in the room because he can simplify.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
But I would imagine if you had asked Kevin this question 15 years ago, he didn't know either. Because he didn't know Harry them then.
Yeah.
You know, like what Harry does for Kevin, Harry did for me when we was roommates in the Navy. Mm-hmm. You know, Harry, like we would be
Harry's been a comedian too, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, Harry's still a comedian. Okay. But he just don't perform, and he's so far removed from performing that it's hard to get back. But what Harry used to do, even when we were just roommates, he would always jot stuff down, like all the stuff we would say in, like you say, just listening. All the stuff we would say in passing, and he would pitch it to me, say, hey, Ron, what you think about this? I was like, oh, that's dope. Where'd you get that from? He's like, oh, you said that like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what?
Here's the thing that makes Harry special. He don't care about being in front of the camera.
Right.
And I think part of the problem...
He never wanted to be that, though. Even if I look back, Harry was always, I mean, he got on stage because of me.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what makes him special as a writer, or everything entailing that is because he never is having that feeling of, man, I wish that was me out there doing it.
Personally, I don't think that he would have lasted with Kevin at this long if he wanted to be on stage.
And that's where I think it becomes hard to get a writer, because we basically know comics. We don't really know writers. We know comics that we think write stuff funny, and that we might necessarily be like, hey man, I like what I see you write. Now I got this show, man, won't you be a writer? And I'm always nervous, like, how much you gonna be cool being that person? Yeah. And how much is it gonna start being like, man, he could take me out on the road with him. He can let me feature.
I kind of respect Naeem for not getting into that writer space, because he does want to be on stage in front of people.
Yeah.
And my question I would pose to the Plastic Cup Boys is when do you break off?
Yeah.
Not
no time soon, I don't think.
Man, you got to stay on that gravy train. I mean, it's kind of a. I mean, I can't say if Kevin called me tomorrow, I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I can't say I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
I mean, because some things you can get pigeonholed in, and some things, if you doing it, it just kind of automatically, organically, you start breaking off. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, I've seen guys, we saw a guy in line today, John Chris, white boy in the Christian comedy world. Tim Hawkins took him out. Tim Hawkins took out 10, 12 comics, but he took him out. John blew up. The exposure that Tim gave him, John blew up. Everybody else just getting a great check. So John naturally went away. When I was out with Jonathan Slocum, I naturally went away. Organically, I just wasn't available, because he introduced me to an audience that said, hey, Jonathan Slocum, we already used you. This is the next person we want to use, the dude that you just showed us to. And so sometimes when it don't just organically...
And did that create a space? Was Jonathan cool with that?
What you say, Mom?
Yeah, he taking a long time with that. I almost could feel the nerve.
Only reason I ask you that is not to put you on the spot, because I know Jonathan. And I know Jonathan, you know, he went through some stuff in terms of finding himself like moving away from his Christian base, and I know you was in that space, so I know he went through the whole thing. Like I seen Jonathan, and we're talking about Jonathan Slocum for anybody to know. Jonathan Slocum, a very funny gospel comedian, if he wanted to be noted that way anymore. But anyway, so I know Jonathan would almost criticize the up and coming gospel comics before, as opposed to embracing them.
Yeah.
You know.
What was he criticizing them for?
That they wasn't doing what he was doing.
Okay, I never got that, because like I say, when I was starting, I first met him, he totally embraced me, and he said, Bone, the only reason you're not big in the gospel world, they don't know who you are yet, and they know who I am, so I'm taking you after, because once they see you, you can do your own thing.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened. After about 3-4 months, it was like, we both had the same age, and he was like, man, Bone ain't available to go with you. I got Bone booked on this other stuff. Yeah. And it was like, it was an organic thing of like, this is kind of where I am. This is my audience. And they
I think that should happen regardless, whether it's Jonathan Slocum or Kevin Hart or Cedric the Entertainer or Steve Harvey. You have to grow.
Yeah.
And if you don't grow beyond that, you get stuck in that space.
And you get stuck in that space.
And
when that check swole, it's easy to get stuck in that space.
Yeah.
The music, the rap game is the greatest blueprint of it. What is it? It's tell me when I get it wrong. Dr. Dre begat Snoop, was it Eminem? Or Dre begat Eminem. Eminem begat 50 Cent. Mm-hmm. Who did 50 put down? Who did Snoop put down?
50.
Snoop put down everybody from Long Beach.
They all did that. They like, look, this big dog likes me. Let him put me down, and then I become a big dog, and then I can put you down, you become a big dog. It's like Kevin is trying his best to do that with comedy.
He's sending the elevator back down.
I don't know anybody else. I mean, I guess Eddie Murphy kind of did it with Martin a little bit. You know, he put Martin in.
But you're doing the individual
Chris Rock
at a
is
time.
a direct.
Oh, Chris Rock is deep.
Chris Rock come from Eddie Murphy, and it was other comics that Eddie pulled close that did stuff for whatever reason. There's a long story about T.K. Kirkland and the whole watch thing. I mean, I talked to T.K. on my radio show. He talked about it, and he said, "Hey Rodney, man, I was just a bit nefarious back in the day." So he doesn't deny that story that went along, and he has a great podcast. You can check out T.K. Kirkland. Has a great podcast. But anyway,
does that really work like that with comedy? Can you beget another comic and beget another comic? Because when you think about it, Eddie Murphy did Chris Rock. He tried to do some other comics. Mm-hmm. I would say Cedric tried to do it. He took you, JJ, Lil Duval. Does it work like that with comedy, or are comedy fans, if you reach a certain level, they like, look, this is who we like. We ain't even paying attention.
Game weird. The game weird right now. I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if the industry listens to that person enough to take the next person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you don't be like, they went, because of Snoop, they went to Long Beach and found Daz and Corrupt and all them guys.
Yeah.
You know, because that was all the same area, Compton. So you went to Compton, you went all those areas. But I don't know if comedy does that.
You know what it is? It's that whole thing, like, we don't have a radio station. Like, Snoop was easy to blow up because they kept playing the song over and over and over and over.
Right.
Taking a comic out on the road with you hoping that it's a collaboration of all these different fans. I took you to St. Louis, I took you to Detroit, I took you to Miami.
It's harder to touch millions of people at once.
Yeah, but the internet, with the internet though, is different. You can do it with the internet. You just gotta embrace it because they're doing it all the time. But taking a guy out, because I know I go out with some people and I be funny, but they're not gonna bring me back because nobody know me. That's BS, but
man, do we even know of a comic that another comic put them down, and because of that, they were able to blow up from?
I don't. You hear a lot of times saying,
I gotta go back to Eddie Murphy. That's the only person I can legitimately say Eddie Murphy and the Chris Rock is a legitimate. This is my guy. Yeah. You know, because Eddie Murphy. They asked Eddie Murphy, who do you think was funny? He said Damon Wayans on one of them talk shows. He said Damon Wayans, man, that young guy, man. But that didn't really blow Damon up.
Not at all.
Damon, but Damon, you know, I'm sure it was a conglomerate of stuff that blows the guy up. It's no one thing in comedy, I don't think, ever. Yeah. It's always a lot of things that gets a guy to the next spot. All right, let's change gears, gentlemen. We are 25 minutes into the cast, and I'm going to throw something at y'all. I saw this. This is not a comedy question, but I follow this young lady, and she's I'm going to keep it real. She's an ex-porn star. Uh-huh. And she was talking, you know how people put on their Instagram stories, like they be typing.
Yeah.
And she said she had took some gifts from a guy, and that the guy was lightweight stalking her now. So the question I pose to y'all is, do you give gifts, or did you give gifts in your single days? Do you take gifts from people as you're like meeting, like in a dating type space?
It's person to person. I've given a chick gifts back because you giving me these gifts. What you're doing, you're pissing on a tree, and I'm not gonna let you piss on it.
What that mean?
That means you kind of trying to stake claim to me. So no, we not on that. You don't give me no territory. Try to mark your territory. You can have these back, baby girl. I don't want this.
And you gave it back?
I gave it back.
Really? Now, was it expensive? Or it didn't matter what it was? It was just, I can't take this from you.
It wasn't that expensive. It wasn't nothing, wasn't cheap. But, I didn't give it back. I'm like, nah.
Like, what you doing? Had me and my wife get into it because a lady at the DMV helped me too much. And I allowed her to help me because I hate waiting in line.
Yeah.
And she would zoom me through the line, and my wife's like, wait a minute, why is this young lady zooming you through the line?
Yeah.
But that's kind of a gift.
Yeah.
See, that goes into the argument I used to always get into with my ex-wife. It's like, you can't get mad at me about the same thing I can get mad at you about. Because you can get raped. I can't really get raped. Ain't no woman gonna do nothing to me that I don't want to get done to me. You can find yourself in a position where a dude can do something to you that you don't want, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
That's true, but sexist as hell.
Yeah. It's a little bit sexist. We are in 2018. That's a little bit sexist, though. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Because what I'm saying is like what you're saying.
I'm going to delete that off the podcast.
What I'm saying about the DMV is like the argument that I would have. My wife's like, okay, maybe she do kind of like me, but it don't matter because she can't do nothing to me that I don't want to get done. Whereas you can't be letting a dude help you through something because when he show up to cash in, you might be in trouble and can't do nothing about it. I'm not going to be in that kind of trouble. When she come to cash in, I'm like, girl, ain't nobody said I was going to do that. If you don't get on, you ain't finna just throw me down on no bed, throw me up against the wall, and I'm like, I'm helpless.
My thing of it, my thing is with that kind of stuff is as men, we've all had a woman step on our dicks before.
Okay, what that mean?
Well, you try to approach her, try to push up, and she gives you the business. Like, get away from me. So a woman can reach in your soul and pull your heart out and make you get away from her. And I just
Which is one of the reasons why I question the Me Too movement. Because women can shut you down when they want to.
Absolutely.
But then there's guys that powerful guys don't take no for an answer.
You gonna delete my little comment about a dude who can't get raped, and then you gonna say, I question the Me Too?
I do.
But I feel
and I'm a father of 5 daughters.
I mean, with my ex-wife, like, I used to always tell her, like, you sitting there and letting the cat talk to you, and you letting him smile up in your face, and I trust you don't think you're going to do nothing, but you're giving him the green light to continue to do it. Now, when it get to be too much for you, now you're running to me.
Yeah.
You should have been shut that down.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going to handle it crazy. Now, I got to show out. I got to show out.
You should have stepped on his dick.
Now I'm showing out in front of your job. Well, you acting like that. No, because it shouldn't have got to me.
You could have shut this down a long time ago.
You should have been shut this down. So,
wow.
You know what I mean?
And then the problem I would have if I was still married, I'm like, now I got to wonder the next statement he gonna say, how much is that is true and how much is that ain't, because you let it go further than it should have went anyway. And now I'm trying to figure out, is this really where it stopped? Or is he like, well, hey,
okay, cut and dry. You on the road, a fan gives you a gift. Do you take it? Yes or no?
It depends on if I kind of like it.
Well, you single, yeah, that's the way you're supposed to answer. But I know that I can't.
So if it's just a kind gesture. Yeah. It's not sexual at all. It's just
it's like if I'm okay with it going somewhere else, I take the gift. If I know I'm not okay with it going somewhere else, I'm like, nah, baby.
But what if it ain't got nothing to do with somewhere else? Maybe it's just.
Give me an example of a gift you give me. I guess it depends on what it is.
I mean, like if I'm doing a show in Detroit and I done put it out.
A towel with your initials on it, MH. A towel.
And it's just a fan. I ain't never really got to see this person. No, it depends on who it is, how it's presented.
Last
all that
time
kind
you
of
was here, Marvin, I thought you were so funny. My sister's monogram was towels. I got you one.
I'd probably take it to my wife and like, look, this is what I got.
And I'm saying,
and let her handle it however she want to handle it.
And I'm saying that if they done heard Bone like to wear Clinique Happy, that's my cologne. She's like, I know you.
Clinique Happy is a shit.
Boy,
that's a summertime. It's good summertime cologne.
Man. And she like, I know you like this, and so I've been a fan of yours for years. Here you go. If she's a girl I know I'm not even almost attracted to, I'm like, no, baby girl, I can't take that.
What if she insists?
I'm not gonna let her insist. It's back to that. I'm a dude. You can't do nothing to me. I don't want.
But I mean, I might. If you insist, I'm not gonna make no scene.
A fan? I'm talking about a fan. A fan know you like Clinique Happy, gives you a bottle. You turn it down?
Okay, here's the thing, man. This is where I'm finna lose whatever fans I got. I know what my type. I know what type of girl likes me, and so I know when I can pretty much tell when the drama finna kick in. And if she looks like that, I'm like, I know this ain't you being nice. I know what this is. So no, but I even hit her with I can't take gifts from fans. It's an IRS issue. I can't do. It's like I'll say.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you can do that in your crowd. You do that in urban because she gonna look at you like, huh?
IRS.
But I mean, I would just say no. I would just say no. And if I take it, because I'm not gonna make no scene, I might not keep it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'd take it and throw it away.
Take it and throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had a fan come to me in what was I just said in Fayetteville, North Carolina. She put together a whole little cool little care package, and I was like, oh, this is nice. It was certain stuff I kept, and certain stuff I was like, I don't want this shit, and I threw it away.
Yeah.
One, I don't like carrying extra shit.
Yeah.
One, I didn't plan for no extra shit, you know. But two, I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. I'm not again, like to your point. You can't rape me. I don't want you like that. But that shit is.
But if it makes
that is Clinique Happy, and I do like it.
If it makes that person, if I feel like this person is gonna make them feel like they're closer to you now they die, it's a green light for you to talk to me more and reach out and all that shit. Nah. If I get that vibe from you, I'm not taking that shit.
I mean, ain't that
I don't need them kind of problem.
Ain't that the whole point of why you even considering if you're gonna take the gift or not? Because you're trying to figure out what do I detect from you this meaning is. Yeah. That's the whole thing.
Right.
And why I would take
now let's take it off us. Okay, this young lady, good looking lady, is probably noted for taking things from guys, you know, and all of a sudden this particular guy is wanting more than she bargained for. Should she have just not taken anything from the jump?
Absolutely.
When women get to play that both sides of the line crap a lot of times, and we don't have the luxury to inform them of that, but they you know.
But they know.
They you know they try to. It's BS a lot.
Because some things looked at as just being a gentleman. Oh man, the dude, man, he brought me some flowers. He did but you know what? If he sends some flowers to your job,
ain't it funny when being a gentleman means I'm doing something for you or buying something for you? That's a gentleman. Right. But just being a regular gentleman is corny.
Right.
If he doing something for you, he just being a gentleman.
Yeah.
But if he just actually being a gentleman and talking to you with respect, this, that, no, oh, he corny.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think everybody gets that feeling of, you know, hey, Bone, we know you're a diabetic, so we bought you some sugar-free cookies. And I ain't never said nothing about what kind of sugar-free cookies I like. I'm like, you know what? That's just you being a cool gesture to you know about my act. Versus, you know, Bone, we bought you a sugar-free red velvet cake. Yeah. We know you like. It's like, that's cool. But when it's like, I bought you, you know, you like to wear necklaces, I bought you a necklace. I'm like, you're getting too much into stuff about me as Bone the person versus Bone the comedian.
I've had people buy me drinks, you know, and I accept them. Depending on what the liquor is, you know.
I don't take all the drinks because a lot of times, I mean, I ain't really drinking like that no more.
Yeah, I'm not either.
And so somebody buy me a drink. I mean, I don't like people to force me a drink on me. Hey, let me get you something, dog. You know.
Or you say, gonna give me something, I tell you, give me a beer. A beer? Yeah, it's a beer. You said you want to buy me a drink. What I'm drinking? A beer.
Right.
So.
Right. And then you like, it's like, okay, I ain't really on that right now. But, I mean, if you got to do something, but, okay, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
What's the most uncomfortable thing a fan ever tried? What's the most uncomfortable thing a fan tried to do for you? You know, whether it's like, let me give you...
My fans is usually cool, you know. Here's a question. Here's a question for everybody. Have you ever lost a fan?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Internet.
You lost a fan?
Absolutely.
Over the internet?
Over Instagram, Facebook, yeah.
What did you say?
I put up a post, and they disagree with it. But they disagree with it in what I felt like a confrontational manner. And I ripped their ass to shreds. And then they came on there, I was a fan, and I came to your show, this, that, and other. I'm blocking you, and I'm telling everybody, hey, whatever. Don't come on my page throwing rocks. Don't come on my page throwing rocks, because my rocks are bigger, and I'm gonna hit you with them. So,
have you ever lost
a fan? Do you think you have any obligation as an artist to absorb just a little bit before you throw the rocks straight back at them?
A little bit if I know who you are, because sometimes I kind of know who the person is. Oh, that's such. I know they feeling me. They just kind of disrespect. You know, they feel passionately, so they say what they say, and I let it go. But a lot of times I don't know who you are, and you get to bury immediately. Immediately, and you get your feeling hurt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't want. First of all, I don't want fans. I'm trying to attract like minds. I want to attract like minds. That's. I don't have no interest in winning nobody over. I want to be free to be myself. And those who think like me are attracted to me.
What if someone, we talked about this before, Marvin. What if someone say, I saw you on stage for 15 minutes and I just loved it all, and then I saw you put something on the internet that didn't match what I saw you do live? What do you tell them then?
Nothing. How I feel to be you. I mean, nothing. Because I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You're not gonna put me in a box. One day I want to inspire. One day I want to provoke.
That's the duality of Bob.
That's the complexity of who I am. The many layers of me. You know what I'm saying?
So you take it or leave it.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Rodney?
I think that's fair. I think it's more than. I think as artists, you kind of have the ability to flex your art, how you flex your art. So today you just paint with a different brush. You may not like my brush, but that's the brush I chose that day.
Yeah.
And I'm probably personally a little more politically correct than that. But that's just kind of who I am too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fault nobody for being. All I ask out of any man is this: be consistent. Be consistent. Like if you ask me about Marvin Hunter, I say that dude consistent. He consistently consistent. You know, Bone Hampton. The people in my life are consistent dudes.
Yeah.
Like even if they a horrible dude, they always horrible.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I don't like unpredictable people at my age. At 40 something,
unpredictable is the same as inconsistent.
Yeah. I don't like that.
You all over the place, dog.
I don't know how to take you. I need to know what to do. If you gonna be an asshole, be an asshole all the time, and then I know how to deal with you. But you all over the place. I can't. Yeah.
It's like I know what we can potentially get into once we go out together because I know how you do people.
One day you acting funny. I just nah.
Yeah. I always used to say it's 3 types of friends I have. Like Anthony Griffin. You know Anthony Griffin? Anthony Griffin, one of the nicest guys in the world. If I go to the restroom and come back out and he fighting, I know I got to jump in for the fight because I know he did everything he could to avoid this fight. Yeah. This is a have-to fight.
Right.
But then you got somebody like my boy PJ. I come out and I'm like, you know what? You probably did
you said something. To
get this. Now, you don't deserve the beating you probably about to get. Yeah. You still supposed to be in this fight.
Said something.
Then you got that other dude, you like, I'm not getting in this.
Yep.
Because I know you did something you didn't have to do, and now this dude is all on top of you, and you probably need this. This is another learning lesson.
You need his ass whooping.
You need his ass whooping.
I don't need people like, I don't know what happens. Like, nah, I need to already know.
You know, when I was young in my career, I used to always be like, oh man, I want to go on the road. I didn't care who it was. Any headliner, take me with you. Take me with you, dog. Take me with. And as I started going, there's some people, I don't want to go with you. I don't want to be around that.
The energy is different.
The energy different. I don't want to be around that.
The headliner energy definitely permeates the room. Yeah. Like whoever the headliner is, that audience is going to mirror them.
Yeah.
You know, so if that person is lighthearted fun, the audience will be lighthearted fun. If that person is heavy, their energy is combative.
Yeah.
Then
the audience gonna be combative.
Yep.
I know that the security at the clubs in Utah, they won't kick a heckler out of the club on my show because they're like, Bone, we don't ever know if they're really a heckler or they just like to talk to you because everybody talks to you at your show. I'm like, they don't know they're doing nothing wrong, so leave them alone until they do something wrong. They just they feel like
I tell you that motherfucker need to go.
Yep.
You know, like this last show I did in Cincinnati. It was a lady, she needed to go. I said she needed to go.
Did you kick out?
They wouldn't take her out. They were still talking to her. I'm like, it's too late now. When they finally came to talk to her, the headline, I just put the headline up because I was hosting.
Yeah.
And so the lady had been kind of talking. She was, I don't know if she was drunk. It was something up with her. Yeah. And I told her, I said, that's going to be a problem. I said early. I could tell, I just know I've been doing this long.
So what, the promoter just ignored you? I mean, what the?
We're going to check on her. I'm like, all right. I just step back. I was as long as the stage is too high for them to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
Come up here. Because by the time you get to try to climb on that stage, I'm gonna put a foot or something in your face.
And the point to be said is that but you was hosting that, so that wasn't necessarily. She wasn't a direct reflection of you.
No.
And I'm saying that I know that the audience that come to see me, the direct reflection of me is that they feel like they can talk to me. And it's just what I give on stage is like, I feel like I'm his friend. So when he says something, I'm talking to him because I feel like, I'm like, dude, it's not just our conversation.
I don't want you talking to me. I'm not talking to you. Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me.
I'm here to do a job. And you here to listen. And I'll be funny if you listen. Don't talk to me. This ain't Oprah. This ain't back and forth. Yeah. This ain't question answering. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
What would you do? What do you do when somebody's heckling you and you feel like they don't realize that they actually heckling? They thinking they part of the fun. Not trying to help you, but they feel like they part of the fun.
I don't care. Oh. I handle them just like a...
Really? I don't. I evaluate the difference in it. I evaluate, a heckler, like somebody mean-spirited versus somebody not mean-spirited.
How you grown and don't know you ain't supposed to yell out at the comedian?
Some people don't know, man. They ain't never been no club. Some people just ain't never been there.
Grown, they don't know you ain't supposed to.
This the most important.
Hey, man, all these people out, you disturbing everybody around you.
This is the most important question of the night. How we gonna get these damn wristbands off?
Because I've been in there pulling, and my
I feel like I need to go to the hospital. That's easy to get off. Than the Kevin Hart wristband.
I was like, man, these is reusable.
Nigga,
I'm like,
the VIP is over, but my wristband is still on.
This is like a twisty, them little plastic. fake handcuffs.
No, you can get that off. You cannot get this off.
No, you can't get those twisted.
Oh, you talking about the ties they put on when they ain't got handcuffs?
And it got the click.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, that's what I feel
Yeah,
like.
no, them is designed to hurt too.
How did this work like this?
This little thing pushed in, it locked once you get it so far, and it's like I think the fabric is locking it in there.
Really easy.
Okay, this probably not the best conversation for the podcast, but I was like, nigga, I want this shit off my arm as we speak. Thank you, Kevin Hart. Hey, man, great show tonight. Great chat, guys. Thank y'all for coming into the basement.
Absolutely.
I always like to hit y'all with a top 5. Marvin Hunter, real quick, top 5 black sitcoms. Go.
Good Times, Sanford and Son, Martin, wow. Cosby Show. Wow.
One more.
Jeffersons.
Nice. Good Times, Sanford and Son, Martin, Jeffersons, and what do we say?
You said
Cosby Show.
Cosby Show, that's it. Okay, I like that. Okay, Bone Hampton, top 5 gospel songs.
Oh man, Stomp, Kirk Franklin.
Wait, is that gospel?
Yeah, that's considered gospel.
I guess, okay.
Stomp, Kirk Franklin. In the Sanctuary, Kurt Carr and the Kurt Carr singing.
Okay.
Won't He Do It? Corinne Hawthorne.
Is that a new one?
That's a new one, number 1. It's on.
Won't He Do It?
It's on the Greenleaf soundtrack.
Okay, I don't know nothing about that song.
Grace by Charles Jenkins and Fellowship Choir out of Chicago.
Is that a contemporary gospel?
Oh yeah. Oh, all these contemporary.
Oh, I like old school.
I know you do.
I like Mahalia Jackson.
That's your top 5.
Bone.
Wait a minute. You don't like the Mighty Clouds? Oh, man.
Like the Mighty Clouds? Come on.
Over there.
Come on,
I'm
man.
coming up.
You don't like
Hold the one
come on,
side.
dog.
Don't feel no way.
Oh, man. You got to my spirit just saying that.
The skin crawl, boy.
Start weeping
Mahalia.
up in this mud. Okay, you got one more.
Shirley Caesar. You don't like Shirley Caesar?
I like my new stuff. Potatoes, beans, lemons.
Wait a minute. Not that. Is that gospel?
Snoop gospel album is like one of the top in the country right now.
That's probably going to get him. Is it rap?
No, it's a collection of artists, right?
He made a song with basically everybody that's a hit in gospel.
Really?
It's on the one song?
He probably
I thought
going
it
to
was
give
the
them.
No, I'm saying he made a song with everybody.
Oh,
so the whole album is like this song features.
So it's like We Are the World.
This song. No.
Oh, it's different
This
songs.
so Snoop is on every song.
Oh, wait. You got one more. You got one more artist.
I got a
One more
song
song.
called I Do by Donnie McClurkin that was on that album with We Fall Down.
So you were looking on the B side of We Fall Down? You ain't say We Fall Down?
I Do is.
Wait, you didn't, wait. I never question people top 5. But you ain't got no, what was Marvin Sapp? Never would have made it?
No Fred Hampton.
I ain't never been that sad to where them songs is number 1.
Never would have made it. If I sit up and listen to Never Would Have Made It long enough, I feel like I'm about to go do something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk down to the altar.
Old time gospel, bruh. If I listen to it long enough, man, it'll have me blinking my eyes, man.
And
Real fast, man.
Charles Jenkins got this song called Grace.
I don't even know who Charles Jenkins is.
Charles
Me neither.
Jenkins, he sings a song called War. But boy, Grace is a beast. His hook is the truth is I'm kept blessed by the best. One word describes the rest. Everybody say grace, grace. Man, that song is a beast.
Okay, you heard it from Bone. We got to look up Charles Jenkins.
Please look up.
If you out there, you fellow basementeers, we got to look up Charles Jenkins, courtesy of Bone Hampton, contemporary gospel.
And that Won't He Do It?
Yeah.
Boy,
My wife listens to a lot of contemporary. She knows all contemporary. I don't know none of them.
But did you tell me a story about your wife took you to the church and they was doing a bit much for you?
Oh, brother. I already told her. We already talked about it. I'm not ever going back. For, what is this?
Montel Jordan Church.
Well, no, I said it was this particular program they have every year. What was it, man? It was some holiday, but it's not church. You go there and it's a concert, but it's all contemporary. I don't get down with if we gonna sing, I want to hear some gospel, like some moaning, like some, And it's like I told her, I was like, I can go there and hear the preaching. I can go there and learn. I'm not finna go to no concert again. And it's a concert they have every year, man. I'm trying to think what's the holiday, but
Easter.
I'm not.
It
It's
would
a
have
holiday.
passed.
It's a holiday.
It's probably Thanksgiving.
It's a holiday, and I want to slip my wrist. I'm like, man, I couldn't wait to get out of there. I told her, like, that's it. I'm not coming back. You come by yourself. I'm not finna do this. I go to church, but I'm not finna go hear this.
Hilarious.
Not for no 2 or 3 hours, man. Nah,
You can't do it.
can't do it.
Hey, gentlemen, I can't thank y'all for coming into the basement tonight. It's your boy Rodney Perry. That man right there is Mr. Marvin Hunter.
Yes, sir.
And that other man right there is Mr. Bone Hampton.
Won't he do it?
We're comedians. We travel the country making people laugh. Somebody asked me this. I thought it was a great question. We'll end on this. What's your purpose as a comedian as you see it? Bone.
Put you in a better mood than you was before I started.
Nice.
To bring voice to the absurdities that people want to sweep up on the rug. In society, we're moving in a direction to where stupidity is ignored, and I come from a world where the stupid shall be punished. The stupid shall be discussed and punished, and so I want to discuss them.
Marvin, what's your social media, man?
Comedian Marvin H on Instagram and Twitter, and Marvin Hunter's fan page on Facebook.
Awesome. Bone Hampton?
The real Bone Hampton on Facebook, because somebody out there trying to pretend to be me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't know why, man. All they're going to get is bad credit and diabetes. Everything else is at Bone Hampton.
Hey, y'all, my name is Rodney Perry. You can find me at Rodney Perry Live on IG and Rodney Perry and everything else. Hey, y'all, that's the podcast. Basement. Pimpin'.